so much. My content are audible, sir? Sorry,
yes,
visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible and you are.
I begin the session. I would like to thank Dr. Kiran Sri, sir. And I have joined before the time because I know the working environment of Sri Vishnu Engineering College. It is very time to time and punctual. So I joined before the time. So thank you all the organizer. So before we start anything else, the risk and remedies of artificial intelligence. Let me begin my discussion with the agenda. The prevention is better than cure. Now, we all directly and indirectly associate with many people as admin, as a teacher, as a faculty colleague, and so many other responsibility. And we always focus that the prevention is better than cure. Something which has happened and damaged, to repair that thing. So instead of repairing or managing the rough area, we would like to prefer such environment. Everything goes very well. So the side of this, the prevention is better than cure. In the regard of healthcare, I would like to add one more said that the health is a wealth. So, and we also gone through such a pandemic, and due to our IT support and all other health sector, we came to know each and everything on a time with detailing, with accuracy, and we could able to analyze much more things in a health sector. So today we'll discuss certain things like innovation in healthcare, how healthcare engage with AI physically and virtually. Because all of we this workshop, this faculty development program is executing from 3 days. So AI and deep learning and machine learning is now very clear to all of you. So we'll discuss one more aspect of it, how it can connect in healthcare with virtual environment and with physical environment. And later on, we'll also discuss what can be the risk and how we can answer to that risk in healthcare. So, and if the time permits, we'll go for one short demo, how real world problem can be solved with the Veka tool. So let me add on and narrow down certain things further. The artificial intelligence is a rapid entering in healthcare, serving a major role from routine tasks to medical expertise practices, from a doctor to patient, from an analyst to lab assistant, from a data scientist to a scientist. So everyone who is connected with healthcare sector, from a bottom to top, everyone, and from top to bottom, they all can utilize AI in a different way. They have different sector, they have different domain, and each domain can be updated, can perform better with the different AI factors and subsets. Now, AI can take this task with several risk challenges, including the risk of injuries to patient, which may occur from the different AI systems, data, component integration, or any other domain. So AI is excellent. We all know that AI is excellent in every sector. Either it's a finance, it's a customer services, it's a manufacturing, or even in a healthcare. But along with its expertise, along with AI excellence, there are certain risks. And the risk from, if I'm talking about selling or manufacturing, selling of the particular product, And it doesn't matter, okay, suppose I have certain change in my any of the procedure, I can recover it, I can modify it. Yes, it may spoil our time, efforts. We have to wait for a certain period of time to launch the product or something else, but it is not harmful to the life. It is not life threatening in other factor, in other sectors. But when we talk about healthcare sector, we can't accept a single or a minor or a point of error which is directly dealing with the human lives. So risk of AI in health sectors are very crucial to be understood and very crucial to be attended on the time. Now, solutions are complex but are available because AI is working excellently in healthcare, and along with its excellence, there are risks, but solutions are available by involving either in high standard infrastructure, high standard data collections, or oversight different permitting or some related resources. So we can integrate all this and we can deal with the risk in healthcare sector in the reference of artificial intelligence. Now, let me go on through certain innovation. Well, I am not the right person to discuss all this thing, but I can brief, or we can take a look what are the innovation in healthcare and what is the today's scenario. So we can understand the journey of IT sector, especially in artificial intelligence, how it played role to improved healthcare in a different ways. So in 1950s, still it is not so, okay, these are the old technologies and not working now. These all working from a long time and still delivering its excellence whenever the requirement as per the need of the patient and particular. So in 1950s, there was popular is artificial kidney, X-ray, electrocardiogram, cardiac pacemaker, cardio bypass, antibody production, and many more. Further in the next decade, now we talk about the next decade, there is some more advanced technology. There is an introduction of ultrasound, vascular gifts, heart wave replacement. So ahead, when we talk about the next decade or next decade, as per the decade and decade, it improved a lot. And today's scenario, we can confidently and we can proudly say that there is a huge electronic health records are introduced in healthcare. The telemedicine is popular nowadays. Remote monitoring tools are very popular. Wearable tools, which was a dream before a decade, it is now in applicable mode. I think the Fitbit build, one of the example of this wearable tools, is very popular and it is consumed by each and every home. The genome sequencing surgical technologies and further the virtual technology in the reference of healthcare associated by AI is working very good nowadays. So these are all today's scenario, okay, how the healthcare industry is changing its working using artificial intelligence. AI and subset, I think I will not discuss much thing about this. Machine learning, deep learning, neural network, natural language processing, pattern recognition, virtual perception, decision making, and many other. These all are different subset of artificial intelligence. I'm sorry for interrupting. So, how it can be useful in a healthcare. So, in order to update the most training technologies in artificial intelligence, which is capable of performing various tasks. If we talk about machine learning, deep learning, pattern recognition, or any of this, so this all have a different capability to deal with different sense of domain. Suppose we talk about in 1950s, okay, there was a certain technology which is only computer assisted, not much. Records are only in computers, but that is not smart records. That record can be used for retrieval and view. But now the scenario, if we have a record, we can do A to Z with that records. We can fetch A to Z detailing from that record. We can use that record in a different way. So these are all subsets which work on a different paradigm of the AI. Now healthcare technologies, again I would ask for excuse, I can only brief it, but healthcare technology, biological science, nanotechnology, cognitive science, information technology, material science, and assured, these all are associated with tissue engineering, drug delivery, smart materials management, computer assisted surgeries, telemedicine, medical imaging, diagnosis, and prediction of many disease and prediction of related forums. So this is all healthcare technologies which is used with the use of artificial intelligence. Now, in the very earlier, I said that we will discuss artificial intelligence in two domains today. One is virtual and one is physical. So this is very common graphical representation, how AI is engaging and how it works. So AI is engaging in a different way. Let's begin with the patient and doctor. Okay, how patient and doctor is using AI, how user using AI data, how other resource persons, means other third-party components is using AI to match the healthcare details. We can involve biosciences with data scientists using a different medical records. So suppose I just gone by the one example. Doctor is available, the patient is available. In our traditional practice, doctor and patient are directly connected. Now how AI play a role in this? My medical history is available to doctor. Doctor can analyze with the use of data scientist. Now, suppose doctor have 100 patient who have same kind of similar types of features in a particular disease. So doctor can assist a data scientist to apply certain AI factors, certain AI algorithms. I cannot say that algorithms, but a doctor can book a data scientist who can analyze all this record and brief to the concerned medical officer or doctor itself, and they can have different view of observation. Of course, the doctor will take a look to the patient history, its necessary reports, and easily their expertise to diagnose a particular matter. But it is a new color, it is a new phase to keep analyst, a data scientist in a medical repository to manage in a different way. So this, suppose maybe some of you cannot agree with me. Why they need it? They are itself very expert. But once upon a time, it could happen. Okay, suppose we need a person to make a decision in a different area, not in a medical history, but in a different area. So AI is popular in making a decision making. So this can be helpful. This can add a new features. This can add a new flame in a medical data management or medical services management. So this is about virtually. Even I can say, let's go for the physically. Then I say the physical objects are very common. Okay? It is a particularly, we talk about any chip, we talk about any device which is working. Suppose I talk about a variable tools. So variable tools are AI is working in a medicine physically. Okay, I have a variable tool. I can manage certain medical records or medical sensibles devices, and I can carry on myself, and it can help me to manage my routine as well as my medical records. Somewhat like this, someone like that tooth device which help us to check out our tooth whether uh, is there any issues with or not. So this is one example. The variable tool is another example. There are so many examples, okay, where AI is working physically along with a different combination of different embedded systems. We can discuss more thing in this regard by embedding different technologies only. Suppose I just take we can go by robotic surgery or monitoring treatment. So robotic surgery is excellent example of how AI is working physically. Of course, they need assistance of any human being, but it is a particular disease or particular surgery which is going to be done with the particular type of machines. So that is very common example of the robotic surgery is very common example of how AI is using it physically in particular devices. Now, I would focus on before we go for certain risk of AI. I would like to say that suppose we talk about engagement of patient, which is done to the any medical fraternity or any medical office or any hospitals. So in this regard, the patient would have, suppose we talk about this monitoring treatment system, the patient could have SMS, could have call. This is your, I have registered for the particular number. Okay, I have gone through this disease and doctor has diagnosed me, and that medical history is available at that particular medical repository system, either a hospital or any other related form. Now, what my focus or what I want to say that, okay, suppose SMS or phone calling is done to the patient on the time interval. In some of city and some of state is really taking care of this type of activity. It is for different type of different group of people also, like senior citizen club, and they are associated with this type of medical community, and there is a system to look after their medical updates by the paid basis. So what they are using SMS system, they are using phone system. Now how we can apply AI in this monitoring system? So their histories are recorded, and to access that histories in some variable tools. Suppose there is some variable tools and the history is connected with that variable tool, and we can update the particular number of patient about the features, about their routine work, which is connected with both repository system. One side their disease features are there, one side the routines activities repositories is there, and another side the medical officer observations are there. So in monitoring treatment, how AI is useful, how AI can enhance the performance in a monitoring system to manage all these things together. After analyze all this activity, the patient's regular checkup details, the patient routine behavior, and the expert observation, who is from the medical fraternity, the combination of all this can increase the further can increase the prediction of particular reaction to manage their better health facilities. Suppose someone is suffering from XYZ disease and they have certain features after 3 months, 4 months, or it can increase after 4 months, 5 months, or it is an observation of other patient. Okay, suppose one of the patient is feeling like this, another the patient like feeling like this, and they have repository system. So by this, even a patient can take an alert. Yes, if I do not follow this procedure, I can go through this thing as it is suggested by the AI system. And on that suggestion, the medical officer will keep one, the medical officer will share his observation as well. So patient can have both the view automatically from AI system, and that is not only enough. The AI system is based on records only. So medical officer who is appointed for that particular observation, he's also suggesting and he's also forwarding his observation to the patient. And so in this way, the AI can be monitored. Sorry, the patient monitoring system can be enhanced with the use of AI. Now, there are so many risks we can understand. Risk of development cost, integration cost, ethical issues, fear of replacing humans, data privacy, security, and how we can deal with all this. We can understand if we talk about any system, they have all its domain. Suppose we talk about only the development cost. Simple computer assisted system and AI assisted system, both is a different thing. So we talk about what could be the development cost and how it affect on our system. So we know there are so many portals available, healthcare portals available where doctors register, patient registered, and they consult each other online. The telemedicine is also available. But to include a X factor, to include a particular level of enhancement of services, AI required many. AI is supported by all its subsets, and which required a tons and tons of medical records. So the medical records are not available in any of the data repository system. That's only we can either the true medical data we can have only in either from our doctor. A doctor cannot share its patient detail to someone else. So the issue of medical records, if really AI implemented, if really we required AI implemented system, so the development cost in the regard of implementation, because it depends on the data, it would be the crucial one. How we can connect with the tons and tons of record. So we can have records from the either individuals or the particular authority, like a state medicine authority, state medicine authority, or some all the medicine authority which is governed by the government. So we could we need to ask permission and all this thing. Even a third party, even it is a implementing by any professional company. So this is all legal challenges are there. Data privacy and security is a major issues, because health sectors it's not self-record, plus minus it's okay, but it is a medical records and it is very crucial information. So data privacy and security is also one of the important risks in a healthcare sector. Data exchange. Without any legal formalities, the data exchange is not possible. Even it is in any other domain also. We cannot, suppose mobile company, they cannot share our data to another mobile company. So it is about the it is about the medical records. So these are all direct and indirect risk which is associated with AI when we are implementing any or where we are combining any healthcare system. What can be the remedies? What could be the solution? What could be the answer to the risk? So there are different answers can be there. How we can reduce the risk, how we can reduce the risk, how we can answer to that risk, which is arise during the AI implementation in healthcare sector. So the collaboration between medical and technical institutes. So here, when I suppose any remedies here, all is concerned with the prior permission of particular sector, particular domain. The collaboration between medical and technical institute, if they are associated with the different technical institute and they are collaborating in a proper way. So it can be, we can reduce the risk of implementation. There are so many technical things. I should not discuss all that. The firewood should be in that way. The government funding, the current medical records and its real-time management, the new scientific and clinical findings, which is aggregated with the displayed, integration with the displayed. I just all of you, I just excuse for the 1 minute. Sorry for interrupting. Okay. So we are discussing remedies, okay, how we can reduce the risk of AI implementation in real world applications. So new scientific and clinical finding could help us to be fit more aggregated data in open access by the physical or scientists to be done in a point-to-point care of information. The integration of interpretability, including ethical, legal, logistic concern, simplification, readability, and clinical utility of data set, and many more. We can manage AI by clinical decision making with better clinical decisions, replace human judgment in a certain functional area of healthcare. I have gone through it, and I think I have many times say that okay, the decision making we can have it is artificial intelligence, which is nowadays popular for decision making a lot, and one day it may happen. Suppose we want anything, suppose we want to buy anything, we want to purchase anything, it may possible there is a tools available. Okay, you just keep all this thing, your records are fitted into the application and they will directly say that, okay, you purchase this thing. So that is no more longer, it will be in a short time. So this is a clinical decision making and AI can help a lot in this. Of course, once again, I repeat that the medical officer is must to observe your clinical decisions, which is derived from the AI. So all these things. Now, let me give a short, I would like to give you a brief demo, how we can apply real world problem. Suppose we have a medical data, how we can deal that data with the virtual AI functioning. I have a medical data and I want to make certain decisions, but I cannot make on my own. I need observation. I need observed medical officer, and by the combination of all this, by the integrated and combination of medical observations and AI observed we can take certain decisions. So someone need to let me that my screen is visible properly or not.
Ma'am, we are in the same slide, ma'am. Real world demo using Weka.
Fine. And my Weka tool is visible?
No, ma'am, it's not visible.
So I need to. Just a minute. Let me open and then try. Okay. Fine. Hope I'm good able to now. I think now my Weka tool is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. So everyone, there are n many numbers of tools available in the market to perform different algorithms, to manage different classification. Here is one, it is a Weka environment for knowledge analysis, Weka. It can also help us to find certain predictions, we can analyze certain data with the use of this. So you can install it at your machine. You can start exploring it by having a Excel file. If you have an Excel file, it's fine. You can import Excel file in here. So it is this is your Weka Explore screen. Now, first we need to open a file. So we can click and we can select ARTF file or Excel file. You can browse your preferred file from here. This is a Weka tool, which is popular for decision making and predictive analysis. I'm opening a file. Suppose this is my one of the file which having the attribute currently having a 3 attribute, but I would like to state that, and Miss Datta madam has very clearly mentioned in earlier session what could be done on the data set before it utilized in any real-time application. So database should be collected in a very effective manner with n dimensional of parameters. If your dimension of the parameter is not up to the mark, we cannot predict or we cannot analyze our problem in a effective manner. So database should be collected on a real platform with all necessary n-dimensional parameters. After that, database should be cleaned up. The noise should be removed. The dimension should be mapped according to your requirement. The data cleaning, data splitting, data labeling, all this is very important factor because this is a one and very clear procedure to be used any database. I would like to state that suppose you want to make any recipe, it is very really needy that we have a perfect ingredients and perfect procedure to be cooked properly. So data set collection with n-dimensional and possible attributes. After that, we need to clean up, split up and labeling it as per our requirement. And other things. So this is only a demo practical to you. Okay, I have included one file. Now how we can access this further. So very first, you just open a Vega, explore your file, select a particular XYZ means your Excel file or RTPL file, your data set. Then please go to classify. In classify, you can have different algorithms, classifications to manage. Now, what you want to do, you decide yourself, or as per the necessity, in which way we want to classify our data set, in which way we want to analyze our details, how we want, which type of prediction or which type of derivation we need to derive from this data set. So I just give you a small demo of Raptree. Suppose Raptree is one of the classification and it is very popular for the quick decision making. So we can use different folds option also. We can go for the 10, 20, okay, 10 cross validation is very popular. So we'll go for 10 cross verification. Here we can select the attribute which we require. Suppose I require social media and I click on a start. When you click on a start, it will give you all processed output. Suppose you think about if you want to perform this thing in a Python by your own, it required n number of length of coding to be done to derive a particular results. So the Vega is implemented in a Java and it provides us GUI to perform all this thing. So this is a one example. Here we want to apply Raptree in the reference of decision making, whether age wise medical history or it is an example of social engagement. So it is a social engagement, age wise social engagement. So these are our all predicted output. These are our output. Now how to utilize this? A very important question. Okay. Once we have started the Vega tool, we have pre-processed our .excel file. We have gone through the classify. We have choose our desired classification option like Raptree or our desired algorithm. Now, how to utilize this? So let me narrow down how we can use the rule. How we can define the rule in a Raptree. So this is one example where 31 rules are defined in associate with age-wise social media engagement using a Raptree. This is age-wise social media engagement using Raptree. You can store this rule base at your local PC. After that, if you want to visualize the classification, our social media engagement as per the age. So you can look at the figure and you can judge yourself. Instead of any textual judgment or any other observation, by the figure itself or by the image itself, you can easily understand. Look at the color of the different social media, which is shown in the down. There is a LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, WhatsApp. Look the color of WhatsApp. It is a blue, and your resulting image. Okay, it is age is 7 to 59. Now, by the observation of this image, you can identify that the blue color is highlighting the maximum in this way. The blue color is displaying in a maximum area. After blue, we have a green color, which is owned by the Instagram. After Insta or with the Insta, we have similarly YouTube color. Look at the red color. So if any person is not technical one, they can also find some observation. They can find, they can look at to this figure and can able to say that okay, yes, it is utilized the 7 to 33 age. The YouTube is utilized in a best effective manner, or WhatsApp is utilized in a best effective manner. So this is a one small example. This is only for Raptree. You can perform. Once again, I go through that classification. You can perform nearbys, or as per your data set, you can perform random tree, random forest, LMT, J48. Okay, these are all different decision support trees which can helpful to derive our desired output. You can store this thing as well. Suppose this is a visualize effect classifier visual. You can also store this at your particular location, and you can compare. This is a mean absolute error, root absolute error, relative absolute error, root relative error. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, we are able to see only the Veka UI screen.
Oh my God. Oh. So I'm sorry because okay, I will try once again. Okay, let me share the screen once again. Actually, there are multiple windows and I have gone through one window, so it could happen that way. Okay, I just directly show you the results and okay, my tree is visible, sir?
Yes,
Age-wise? Okay, fine.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, everyone, if you could not get it properly. This is a Veka tool where you can have different types of algorithm, and this is the example of tree view of classifier visualization of Raptree. Raptree is one of the classification algorithm, and you can implement in this way. How? You have to just feed your Excel file. Once you feed your Excel file, after that you have to define its rule. Instead of writing anything else, you have to just define its method. Suppose I am using a 10 cross validation. So we have to select a 10 cross validation and the attribute, on which attribute we want to define our rule. So selection of that attribute, this type of rules will be given by the Veka tool. And now this is a one thing. Another thing, I'm going to share another screen. Sir, I need your help whether it is visible or not. Okay, the next one is okay, my classification is visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Veka class.
Veka classification, which is a colorful image.
Yes.
Is it visible? Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you. So look, it is another output from the Veka tool for the same. So earlier, I think now, earlier we have gone to rule based, where 31 rules are defined only by given the particular Excel file and attributes. Now it is a visual effect of the same rule. I have mentioned that I have 31 rules for the age-wise selection of social media. So now this, hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible now.
My figure is visible now, sir, because
yes.
if you okay, so everyone, the participants are requested once again to pay your attention. This is a figure which says that I think all of you can make your own judgment. You can find your own observation from this figure. Someone can directly view blue color, green color, red color, and respective. So this figure says that from 7 to 33 age, the blue color is highlighting the most, then the red color, and then the blue color. And these all colors have naming. Look at the bottom, okay, different colors have different associated social media like YouTube, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So you can have your own observation from figure as well. So this is about Veka tool. So once again, I briefly go by these steps. You can open a Veka tool, explore it. You can insert your Excel file, and you can choose a particular classification algorithm and proper attributes with XYZ method, like a tenfold method or whatever the method. And you can have visualize effect as well as rule-based effect with all factors, decision making factors. We can have accuracy factors, visualize factors, and other whatever the requirements of the Vega tool. We can have mean absolute error, relative absolute error. Okay, so this all will be automatically come with the output, and we can compare, we can make some judgment according to the different set of data set, how it can be utilized in a next by the observation of all output we received from the Vega. So this is all from my side. I hope everyone of you have enjoyed the session, and I welcome your questions if anyone else. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving a brief idea about how AI is going to be used in healthcare, how the robotic surgeries are going on in the real world, and you give the real demo about VECA and how Reptree is working, how we are categorizing with YouTube, WhatsApp. You demonstrated with the practical now. Thank you so much for your clear demonstration. The participants, now it is open for questions. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask questions. Please, participants, any doubt? I hope it is very much clear. Why? Because you explained with some example and practical also. You showed the outputs also. Really, once again, let me thank from bottom of my heart and from the College of Sri Vishnu Engineering College for Women. Really, we are very much thankful. Despite of your busy schedule, I spend your valuable 1 hour for us. And not only for this hour, for this preparation and all, I hope you spend more than 2-3 hours. Really, we are grateful for your valuable time and all. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.